Hey, what's up you guys? Recently I asked you guys on Twitter if I was to make an Ask Me Anything kind of video, what would you want to see me answer? I got a fair few responses, so I decided to go ahead and make this video answering some of your questions. I didn't get around to everyone's question in this video, but I tried to grab a fair mix of ones that were funny and some more serious ones as well. But without any further ado, let's get started. Techno Dragon asked, how many plushies do you actually own? I had to count and recount these a couple times, but after several counts and recounts, the grand total is 58. I'll include a couple pictures here for those who've never seen them on the stream, although the pictures certainly don't show them all. I have plushies jammed into every nook and cranny of my small apartment. I am a self-confessed plushie addict. Bulbaganda asked, why is Bulbasaur so perfect? And I mean, just look at it. It's clearly the cutest thing that ever cuted a cute. He's just perfect. Hailey Rocks 5 asked, if you saw a real-life Bulbasaur on the road, what would you do, and would you keep it as a pet? You better believe I would. I live in a super forested area. I would find a plot of land that I could raise my precious baby on. Build him his own little house and everything. My baby would want for nothing. Of course I would take the Bulbasaur home with me. Sylvie the Kitty asked, what's your most memorable shiny moment? And it's 100% my random encounter Yungoos. We had just finished hunting for Sandy Gas and it had taken forever. I was trying to find the graveyard to hunt for a shiny Ghastly, and the next thing I knew, one of those random attack patches came at me. And I remembered distinctly saying, what is this? Go away! And then boom, random shiny. I was speechless, and it's still one of my favorite shiny moments to this day. Now, Nature Lover asked 2 questions. Has anyone ever objectified you and how do you deal with it? And would you ever get into competitive play? 2 very different questions, 2 very different answers. First off, I think it depends on your definition of objectify. So many people have a different idea of what is objectifying women these days. Do I have viewers that greet me with, hey, you look beautiful, or hey, you look really good today? Yes, absolutely I do. Do I find that objectifying since they probably don't greet males that way? No. Not at all. Have I had people come into the stream and ask for my boob size or assume that because I play a certain game and I'm female, I'm probably horrible at it? Absolutely yes, I have. As far as dealing with it, I ignore it. Most of these people just want a reaction. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words can only hurt me if I let them. Also, a special shout out to Yasha here, who failed not once, but twice to make the appropriate lewdy message for this comment. Now for the second question of competitive play. Back in Generation 6, I was a fairly decent battler. I served as an assistant coach for the MPA, and although my team didn't win, we weren't the worst of the bunch. I was also a coach for the WPE during Generation 7, and again, although I didn't win, I didn't perform too badly. We made it decently far before getting eliminated. This is also when I discovered my huge love for Tapu Lele. Would I ever consider it going forward? I think tournament-wise in the future I would be interested. I would love to revive the BC Bulbasaurs for another chance at a title. Although I don't think I'll ever be amazing, I'm always up for continuing to grow and learn. Princess Xtia asked, besides getting partnered on Twitch, what was your most fulfilling accomplishment of 2017? And there are so many things I'd love to include for this. 2017 saw a lot of big things for me as a person and as a content creator. I started making YouTube content more seriously, I joined the Elite Four stream team, but honestly, out of everything that happened in 2017, the biggest thing for me honestly was getting to meet so many amazing people who have touched my life. Including yourself, Tia. Now, Buttered Sandwich, Demon, and Bonsui all asked super similar questions of, do you really like Bulbasaur? Why do you like Bulbasaur? And why is he your mascot? And this is something I get asked quite often. Why do I like Bulbasaur? Well, when I was a kid, the very first episode of the Pokemon anime I ever saw was Bulbasaur's Hidden Garden, and I fell in love with Bulbasaur's attitude in that episode. So when my mom got me my very first Pokemon game for my 7th birthday, Bulbasaur was the Pokemon I took with me on my first journey through the game. I have been in love with Bulbasaur ever since. He's always going to have that special spot in my heart. He was the Pokemon that made me fall in love with all of Pokemon. Sweet Kicks asked, who has been your biggest inspiration to start streaming? And there are 2 people I think of when I'm asked this. The first is Goffy's Enigma. Scott's stream was the very first one I ever clicked on and the very first streamer who I ever became friends with. When I decided to start streaming, it was he who sat up with me all night and worked out how to set up OBS and get panels and overlays and all of that jazz set up. The second is Just Play Pokemon, who was the first partnered streamer I ever came across. He liked Bulbasaur, he was so amazingly happy all the time. Watching him, I knew I wanted to be able to do what he did. I wanted to be just like him. I'm incredibly blessed to be able to say I am friends with both of these individuals, and I'm honestly quite honored to know both of them. Alan asked, what's your favorite Generation 7 Pokemon? Tapu Lele. Hands down, no contest. It's Tapu Lele. Matthew asked, does shiny hunting ever get boring or lose its thrill to you? So far, I can honestly say no. Shiny hunting hasn't lost its thrill to me. While I can get quite bored doing the same method for a long time, there's always something else I can go back to. And every time that sparkle happens, it feels like the very first time all over again. I love shiny hunting, and I look forward to doing it for a very long time. And that's it. I tried my best to grab a little mix of all kinds of questions. And because this is my very first Ask Me Anything type video, I didn't want to make it too long. So if you want to see more like these, then go ahead and follow me on my Twitter and let me know in the comment section below if you would like to see more. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and as always, I will catch you over on the next video.